Hi, I'm here to talk about the new release of Visions of Filth from TetroVideo, which my wife worked on as well back in the day, a long time ago. This is a cool DVD, and it's also got a wicked book. I have to be a bit careful with this one because it's not exactly PG friendly. It's got yeah, this is a cool little photo book that has various stills and behind the scenes
Can't show that.
behind the scenes stills of it. This is and also this does actually feature again, the back cover's not overly PG, but it has got it's actually got some short films of mine which include digests and them, and it's actually quite cool because with Visions of Filth and those two together, it creates the three films that we have actually worked on and I made for the BizarroLand collection over the last few years, with pretty much the same cast and crew and some locations as well, actually.
I hadn't even realised that until you told me.
It is like it's like an unofficial trilogy. So the big deal about Visions of Filth, the main feature, is it was, I've spoke about it before, but it was a film I made in, it was less than 72 hours really. It was one of those challenges for BizarroLand. It was to get cues and stuff to include. It was a film competition, and I used to do a lot of extreme films when I was younger, like make a lot on the underground scene, and I was still very much an active filmmaker, but I'd gone through various different stages. I'd been doing social dramas, hard-hitting social dramas, and quite different stuff than like this sort of thing. And basically Kieran and Martin, who had entered this competition before, thought it would be good for me to kind of come out of my cave regarding the extreme cinema side, and they kind of come together as a group to produce it, to give me the helm of directing a new film. And me, being the crazy over the top person I am, decided to write a script the night before once I'd got given all what we had to include. That script, well, rough breakdown sort of script, got carried away into several scenes, and I knew it was going to be a longer film than this. At the time when I did this, there was no time limit on what the film could be, so it didn't have to be as short.
Till they changed it.
So I turned up the next day where everyone was waiting, and what I did to get this made, so this film was actually shot in a day. This whole film, Visions of Filth, was shot in one long day and then edited the following day. And so what I did, I went round all the rooms in the house and I preset everything up. I had lights in every room already set and
following you
gelled.
around with the clipboard, writing it all down on my phone, writing it all down.
Rachel was my AD, and she was fixing smoke machines because I had two break on me on this shoot, which I managed after smacking it and smashing it, and Rachel was screwdrivers. We got it going,
made it work,
and we got it done. But yeah, they died after that. But yeah, two at once. And what I decided to do is I shot on Filmic Pro on my iPhone, because the reason I did that, I have a Blackmagic and a Canon C100, and I have access to much better equipment, but shooting on the phone allowed me to move fast. It was small, it was compact, I was running around. I had loads of, I'd brought a rig for my phone with goodies like mic and top light and that, so I'd made my iPhone into a filmmaking tool for the day with all the accessories, and I really enjoyed doing that, actually. I must say, I actually, and Filmic Pro is wonderful.
Flexible.
Yeah, I was able to
a full rigged camera.
I was able to run around and move and get in place. Again, it was the speed was really fast, but I was also able to get the camera in places, and like, you know, if I had a big rig, which I've done, it is harder, and, you know, and it was still a long day, so
easier on your back as well.
Yeah, getting older now. But amazingly, it come in at a feature length, which I kind of was sort of gearing towards. I think Martin was really taken back by that. I had done this before regarding shooting a feature in a day, as mad as it sounds. I had done Twink with Ray Radford, that was shot in a day. So was Boys Behind Bars 2 and 3. These films were all, you know, they were long days, but they had all been manufactured in that way. So that previous experience allowed me to adapt it for this, because I was used to, the only thing that was harder this time was editing. So the other films I'd mentioned, Twink and that, I didn't edit those in a day. I took longer on the editing process, but the reason I was able to edit this so quick is I shot for the edit. I shot it in as much order as I could, although Rena, who stars in it, who was wonderful, she had a much more restrictive schedule, so we had to get her stuff done first, so there was a little bit in to and fro in the order I shot it, but I tried to shoot it as much in order of scenes.
I did a lot of driving around.
Yeah.
Dropping people off, picking people up.
Rachel was the busy one doing all that to help me so I could keep shooting. I was continuously shooting while Rachel was
making sure everyone was eating and having drinks. And
a great AD there, getting people back and forth while I was able to like kind of not stop so I could keep going. But what Filmic Pro allowed me to do was I was grading in camera because of that software. I could actually see what the grade would look like. I was grading, so I was trying to save on editing time. I did long takes for some of this and unbroken shots, not a bit, but I was actually really pleased how this turned out, especially with, you know, I love manual raw DIY filmmaking, and there's a scene where Martin breaks in to watch over Rena, and it was you in the corner, wasn't it, with the light?
With the light.
I set up the light with a blue gel, and I was literally getting Rachel to like flash the light. So I was doing live lighting effects and adding the sound on the thunder and lightning. And that really works. And that's proper old school filmmaking. I mean, it's to show my age. I come from such an old school practical background. I love that because I could see it on set as well. And I could see it on playback how it would look. It was a great cast to work with because they was all really into it. I must say, Rena and Martin were really into it, and it helped. They threw themselves 100% into this and trusted me, and because it was quite far out, this film, and we had Katie doing
she was doing the
makeup, which was, again, there was some pretty ghastly
special effects.
There was some really good makeup because Rena had all the death makeup. There was a lot of blood, a lot of blood.
The contact lenses. She put the contact lenses in. I think Kieran and Rena had contact lenses for two different ones.
Kieran had contacts and digest. Which
in
come
the digest. Rena had the contacts for vision.
But yeah, it was.
I did a little bit of special effects.
So it was. Yeah, I'm really proud of this. And I mean, because I'm going back, this was shot in 2001 and we're in 2004 now, so time does fly. So it's...
You sure about that?
Yeah.
2001?
Yes, it was shot in 2021.
2021. 2024.
2021 it was shot, and it's 2024. And, but, so it's...
Keep up, old man.
Yeah, years fly by. But there is an audio commentary on this that we do as well. So we talk a lot about this more in depth of what we're going over. But what's cool, as I say, is that then we came back to do digest, which is included on this set. I say short film, it's actually just over half hour. So it's like a it's an awkward length film. And digest was actually the same location and with pretty much the same team. However, Robin Adams joined us for digest and plays Dr. Dora, which is obviously a very big homage to Marion Dora films.
I'm a dead body in the background. Yeah.
And that was actually a bit of an audition reference, that shot of you sitting there as well. I will say digest is pretty disgusting, and I'm the filmmaker saying that. I was quite disgusted of myself because I think the problem with digest is when we all reconnected and reunited to do another film for the same competition, I felt like I was pretty chilled. I wanted to just have fun and make a film, but I think particularly Martin wanted to push further because we'd set quite a high envelope with Visions. I think there was this consensus to see where we could go next, but there wasn't many places to go. I felt Visions was pretty peak. However, we did manage to lower the tone pretty badly on digest, and it's very different when you're on set filming it to when you see it. I know you was getting carried away on the set going, oh, we can do more effects, and you was involved in helping make the effects. I could see from behind the camera, looking at the screen, that this was actually looking pretty foul. And
I had my creative mojo on, and I didn't realise how far certain people would take it.
So Martin's quite the sport and quite the extreme person when he wants to be regarding in what he'll do. So that mixed with trying to do a controversial film mixed with the atmosphere environment. It just created an abomination, which is
We
you know,
created a monster.
which suits this abomination collection that Visions has added
does.
on. It certainly. So I think digest it. You know, it's not for the weak of heart or stomach. It's quite a disgusting film.
Yeah, if you have a sensitive stomach, I wouldn't advise watching it.
It's yeah, it's. I've heard feedback from it. I know it's upset a few people, and again, I know there's a bit of Marmite with this film. I've had some really nice messages from people, and I've seen some quite nice reviews. But then obviously, I've also seen some pretty crap reviews, and I think people have hated me for this as well. It is, you know, it is hard for me to make some more serious films that I've been doing when like this sort of thing gets brought up. I will say that this isn't all what I'm about. It is like I am proud of what I've done, but also, you know, I do like to do some more mainstream stuff. But the third film, Them, which is even that is a short, that is like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably because of me and my silliness, the competition restricted in its belt a little bit and asked for less lengthy films. And then I went a bit more on my Larry Clark road and tried to make a bit of a I suppose it was a bit of a homage to Ken Park and films like that, and Martha Gale, and with a bit of harmony thrown in there with like, you know, like with the likes of Gummo and stuff like that. It was a bit of a harmony and Clark sort of homage, and again, but I feel like that's the less seen one. So Them is probably
It's
the
got
less
a unique vibe to it, that one.
It's very different for me. So I'm what I'm really proud about is I'm really pleased and proud that Them has found its way on physical media. In fact, and it is nice that all three are together. So this is a really cool combo pack to buy. And if you're a fan of my work, I do recommend. This is probably one of the best releases to get these three together on.
But do brace yourself. It's an intense watch.
You're in for a ride. So yeah, that's Visions of Filth, my legacy, and look out for the more pretentious films coming from me.